Hello, 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 everybody. This is Big Tuna coming at you with another episode of Sid Meier's Civilization 5 Brave New World. We are playing with Elizabeth's England civilization. England is pretty beastly, but we got off to a very interesting start, and we are currently weighing whether we're going to be able to use some of their awesome units, particularly the longbowmen, which replaced the crossbowmen. They tend to do best in open terrain, and just looking around, I mean, we have some incredibly tough terrain. Looks like it smooths out a little bit. It gets a little bit more open around where our neighbors Poland live. I'm guessing this is Warsaw. Maybe we could have an opportunity for an attack, but we just don't know. Yes, it's definitely a head scratcher. So guys, we have a lot of decisions to make this early in the game, and that's common. Sometimes it is fairly obvious how you want to get started. Sometimes it's not. We do happen to have a policy tree that we're going to open today. Definitely going to open it today. We're going to open it on this turn. And yeah, it's going to kind of shape the direction that our save is going to go. Now, I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I had a plan at the very beginning, and it seemed incredibly bold. It involved picking up two early game wonders. Now, the thing is, they're not the most contested wonders in the game. One of them is Temple of Artemis, which tends to be, I wouldn't rush, the Great Library and the Hanging Gardens, with the AI, because the AI really chase those wonders. I would say they chase Statue of Juice. I want to give juice to all the people in England. That's why I'm getting Statue of Juice, I say. No. Statue of Zeus. And let me just open up the tree. So, under Bronzeworking, we have Statue of Zeus. Now, that requires honor, so I would have to spend a social policy to pick that up. All units would gain 15% combat strength when attacking cities. It's not a must-have, but it is an excellent wonder to pick up if you are trying to go for that domination victory. 15% combat strength when attacking cities. All units, not just ranged, not just melee. All units. Really, that's going to translate. You don't want to be slamming melee units into a city that doesn't have its health all the way down. So, really, it's more going to affect your ranged units. But, that's what we're primarily going to want to use to attack cities, our longbowmen. So, yeah, that'd be a great bonus to get. And then we also wanted to pick up the Temple of Artemis. And the AI will go for this, but they will tend to wait a little while. It's almost like they'll pick it up in, the late classical age or the, I've seen the AI go for it late. That doesn't mean we'd be guaranteed to get it. But it would be, I think it's one of the more chill wonders to go after, at least in an AI game. And it offers 10% growth in all cities and 15% production when building ranged units. Hello, I mean, the growth is great. The great engineer point is great, but really we want that 15% production when spamming longbowmen. But guys, I gotta be honest, if we're looking around this map, so far this is not looking like a longbowman map. I don't know, if we produced a ton in London, we would have to produce them and march them west, and they would just have such a long terrain. They would have to go one unit at a time around this bend. It would be almost a little humiliating. I just don't know. Warsaw looks like it could be taken easily, but to find out if we even want to use longbowmen, we're gonna have to explore the map. But in being honest, there was a whole path where I was going to unlock the first tradition tenant to get the +3 culture per turn. Then the next policy, which we'd get pretty much right, very quickly after, we would go for honor, and then we could pursue Statue of Zeus. Now, I don't think it's worth chasing any wonders right now, frankly. I just don't think we know enough about the map. Unfortunately, yeah, these wonders come too early. You have to make a split decision on them, and I'm not comfortable making a split-second decision on whether to go after these wonders. I think, now this may sound a little boring to you guys, And I do apologize for that. I do think it's just kind of the start that we got. But I'm going to just take yes for an answer in this situation. And I'm going to kind of like take advantage of these awesome, like, this awesome defensive situation that we're granted in having all of these, like, mountains around us, like having mountains protecting our cities. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on making the empire very strong. I'm going to try to get our cities out early. I'm going to try to get things like internal trade routes, get all our granaries up, get a lot of workers out. I'm going to focus on making the empire strong rather than investing in two fairly situational wonders that, like, we're not really... First of all, like, going for any two wonders, even if you get both of them, like, you're really sacrificing a lot from the empire by doing that. You're setting back your kind of like infrastructure building by a lot. And it would reap a lot of rewards if we were able to take full advantage of both of those. But I just don't know, and I don't think it's worth the investment. And we could still do a domination victory if we don't have either of those things. That's fine. I don't think they make or break the game. But I just don't feel comfortable pursuing wonders we may never freaking use. If we find that it's impossible to take any cities, and we went after Statue of Zeus and, like, delayed founding our cities, and we were just the weaker for it, guys, I think that's a bad strategy, frankly. So I am just going to focus on settling for now and building our cities up for now. The key words are for now. I'm going to focus on making England really freaking strong. And then in the late game, we're gonna have a much better idea of the map at that point. Not the late game, but, you know, like getting into the medieval era, we'll have a much better understanding of the map. Maybe a bunch of the civs are coastal. Maybe, you know, like maybe we can get some ships of the line going. We have a great iron source here. Now, again, I know I promised not to get so expositional and like kind of bogged down at the beginning of episodes, but I think there are some things that are worth saying. And they're a little bit painful to bring up. And I'd rather not talk about them. But I think they are necessary to bring up. Yeah, so here's the thing. There's a rule of thumb that I use to play in terms of happiness. Now, for any of you guys who have played Civ before, Civ 5, you know happiness is indispensable. And managing your happiness properly is... Yeah, it's indispensable to playing a good game. If you don't understand the concept of happiness or manage it well, it's virtually impossible to give your civ off the ground because you're not going to be able to grow properly. And growth pretty much feeds all of your yields in the game. So, yeah, basically the rule that I have always lived by is one city per unique luxury resource. Now, if you look around our capital, we have a whole bunch of bronze. Or is it bronze? Copper. Copper. We got a whole bunch of copper. And we got some sugar. And that's great. So those are two unique luxury resources. Now, we are going to be able to trade the extra copies away, but you can't count on that for short-term happiness, and you can't found cities based on that presumed happiness. Now, we're also going to found a city up here, and that helps. If that marble was just a little closer, we could count on that being absorbed into London. But strategically, I think we want a city here. I think we want to plant it. We want to plant a city right on the marble, just to like leave us not too exposed to the ocean. We pick up some horses. We get some production. It'll be an okay tile, but I think it'll more be like a gateway to defend London from the outside world. Just like a nice close city that we can build up. We can like build roads to, and send sea trade routes and like build up and make really strong. We can utilize the production that's nearby. Whatever Milan, we can buy it up from Milan. Fortunately, Milan is a little bit too close to be able to like get on the river over here. Anyway, but yeah, this nets us an extra luxury resource. So that brings the count up to 3. So that's 2 cities, 3 unique luxury resources. Now, this city over here, this provides 6 iron. That is non-negotiable for England. We absolutely have to settle this tile. It's okay. Like, we have... The tiles are fine. I think we'll absorb to take over that cattle. The second ring is decent. We have a stone, assuming Riga doesn't steal that. We can, buy that up. We're getting deer. If we get a granary up, we'll be able to get extra food on the 2 deer. Of course, we can get fishing boats out and get a lighthouse out, and that can improve like production and growth in the city. So that'll be great. But we need it for that 6 iron to get the ship at the line later. You can't be England and not get the iron. And plus, it's a great strategic spot for a city. It's going to have good growth and good production. I mean, we have to go for it. So that brings the count to 3 cities and 3 luxury resources, right? 3 unique luxury resources. Now, this was going to be a settle for us. That would net us Grand Mesa, and that would be an awesome settle. But unfortunately, in case you've noticed, like, I don't know what is on either of these 2 tiles. If this is somehow a luxury resource, in fact, let me look right now. Ooh, the warrior's not going to be able to see, but I'm going to move him the next turn to see. But we have to assume that there's not luxury resources here. And if there's not, if we were to settle here, that would be a violation of the rule. That would be 4 cities for 3 unique luxury resources. Again, we could kind of make up that happiness by trading these, but like we can't, that doesn't set us up for the proper amount of happiness we're going to need for the empire. And so look, we're going to have to put this city on hold for now. Unfortunately, we need the happiness. We can't found 5 cities based on 3 luxury resources, right? So this would be another city. Now, planting right here on this wheat would be an unbelievable tile. That would be great. That would get us access to the fish, to the wheat, to 2 deer, to sheep. It would get us access to we'd be on the river. We would get access to the copper. We would get access, to the sheep. And even this sheep down here. I mean, we would get it all, baby. But the only thing we wouldn't get is access to the gold that's up here. And again, now if we had like some other random luxury resource around here, or if the capital had one more, that would be great. If this was a little bit closer and we could make it all into one city, like that would have been great. But unfortunately, in order to justify settling a city over here, and I do think it's very important to settle a city here, we need to, I think it's, here's the thing, if Poland settles here, we're suddenly leaving our inland empire. We're kind of giving up our advantage on this side of the mountain. So I think we do have to settle here. But the thing is, in order to have the proper amount of happiness, I think we need to settle on this deer instead, which I know. We're abandoning the river, and that's horrible, and I get it. And we're moving away from the sheep too, which is growth and production, which is everything a city wants. We're moving towards shittier tiles. We have tundra tiles over here. We are moving slightly towards more production, but here's the thing. If we settle here, we're not going to be able to access the gold until way later. Like we can't rely on it for early happiness. It's 4th ring, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's too far away. And the thing is, that's going to look like a really nice juicy tile for Poland potentially. And then if they settle up here and they're staring us in the face, like that could be an ugly kind of face-off situation. I still don't think they'd be able to break through. We get longbowmen in here, it'd be fine. And eventually ship of the line. But if we can steal that gold, we're going to make this land seem a lot less appealing to the Poles. And they may just stick to their land over here. So, yeah, I'm actually thinking we should settle on the deer. I know not settling on the river sucks. But we can't. The thing is, we can only get 2 of 3, like, very lovely things that have to do with this tile. We get the gold. We can either get the gold and the river and the coast, or the gold and the coast. And being England, we can't abandon a coastal city. In fact, like we said, we want to make a coastal invasion of Warsaw if they're on the coast. Like if we wanted to do that, we'd want to have a coastal city. When you're England, you just want coastal cities if you can do that. So anyway, I think it's worth sacrificing the river for and a little bit of growth to get extra happiness. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking, but let's move on to the social policy. So, and again, not every video is going to be like this. We just have so many. There's going to be a lot of videos where we just like start and get into it, but this video, I'm kind of laying the groundwork of the vision I have for England. So yeah, this is going to be our first settle, our first expand, I think. I am going to walk our unit. When this settler is ready, I'm going to walk it down here because this is the most contested settle of all the settles we want to take. The others don't seem particularly contested. So yeah, now I'm moving on to policies. So we're not going to warmonger early. I think we want to focus on early infrastructure and growth for the Empire. And I think really the only, out of the four, I think we can really, for the first policy, like we would unlock honor if we wanted to get a required a wonder or something, but we're not going to go that route. Honor and piety just don't offer the same kind of growth or production bonuses that liberty and tradition do. I think like in 99% of games, I don't know if 95% of games, most people are going to go with either tradition or liberty as an opener, just because they offer the best set of benefits. You would really have to have an incredibly targeted style of gameplay to go for the other two. Like, I don't even think honor sets you up for a good domination victory because you get some really good like early bonuses for units, but you're not going to have the infrastructure to keep the war machine going with an honor opening. Piety, you really like, there are some approaches where piety makes sense, but like rarely. You could probably play a better religious game with better infrastructure anyway. I don't know. Anyway, we're not going either of those. And liberty that tends to be like a wide game where you want to settle a bunch of cities. If we are going to have a bunch of cities in the game, it's going to be based on conquering, like conquest. It's not going to be from planting a ton of settlers around the map. That being said, liberty also doesn't account for money very well. Like, they tend to go pretty broke. Just with having so many cities, it provides infrastructure for producing a lot of stuff, but not for paying for said stuff. So liberty tends to leave you broke, which just leaves you unflexible, and it's kind of like a fragile tree. And I'd say like out of that 95% of people choosing tradition or liberty, I'd say probably like, to be very honest, like at least 85%, 85 points of that is tradition, and maybe like 10 points is liberty, or maybe even like more in tradition's favor. Tradition is pretty much like you can always win a game by playing tradition pretty much, whereas liberty needs to have like very, very specific tenant, like very specific conditions. Anyway, so in being unsure, which I'm feeling incredibly unsure right now, I'm going to go ahead and lock down tradition. And yeah, we're going to get that sweet 3 culture per turn. And then I think I'm going to continue. We're not going to chase wonders with aristocracy. Instead, we're going to, so we'll get a lot of policies in rapid succession. We're going to go for oligarchy, garrison, and I'll talk through them as we get them. But this is essentially going to provide us growth. It's going to provide us a little bit of extra happiness and gold, and it's going to get us a free monument in our first 4 cities. So in the capital, and then the first 3 expands. Anyway, let us friggin' play. I'm sorry that you had to stare at the screen so long. Okay, so we met Florence. That's great. I am actually going to take the turn and just, I'm going to move over here. I was going to heal. Man, I don't know what's going on over here. There's got to be a civ who just, like, hasn't used the land. Okay. Turn 26. Let us move our warrior. Wait, does he really not get the visibility? I thought he'd be able to see what was over. Man, so a unit has to be all the way over here to know what's going on. Okay. So I guess we don't know if there's a luxury unit here, or a luxury resource. Probably not, but if there was, that'd be very funny. Then we could settle right here and like eventually grow to it, which would be cool. So yeah, let's see if we can get a worker from Milan. That would make me very happy. This jungle is gross, and I don't want to have to like. I'm actually gonna stick to I'm gonna stick to the flatlands, to the open terrain where I can like move more easily. Maybe pick up some more runes. Let's keep going. Okay, that archer shot my archer. I'm going to just take that sucker out. Does Florence like us for that now? Killing a barb. They don't seem to care. They are cultured, by the way. They're cultured city-state. They want you to defeat barbarian units. Oh, man, I killed a barbarian, but it must have been too far from their city. Yeah, that sucks. So that warrior cannot show us what's going on. Anyway, I need to get that warrior back to pick up the settler and get him over here and settle our second city. Can we get a worker? Milan. Milan is really... they're not producing like I thought they would. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring the warrior back to the capital. Gotta get my hands on that settler. Is there a worker somewhere in your... No, I hate it when they don't produce workers for a while. Okay, I am gonna rest up my archer. Oh no. Oh, they did the thing. Look how stupid they are though. Oh no. Oh no. See, they have the jump. Like they just have so many bonuses that sometimes in a game the AI will just settle in a super, super annoying spot. The good news is they're coastal and we're England. The bad news is now we have not only lost the tile we were going to settle, like we have also lost the backup tile. But here's what I'm going to say. For pure defensive purposes, we're going to have to deal with that happiness elsewhere, but we have to friggin' settle our city. We're going to probably beef with Krakow, with the Poles a lot, but we need to settle this deer tile really quick. We're not going to get the gold. And we're going to be a little bit in violation of our, of our rule. But here's the thing, if the Poles move up and settle another city here, we're opening up our empire to attack from them, and we can't have that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes they will aggressively settle. Luckily, they left enough room for us. But man, the AI will do annoying things like that for sure. So let's get up and get on those runes. Man, still no prospects of a worker. Damn, Poland just... Yeah, this is going to be one of those nervous games. Like, the thing is, we're going to be... Our only semi-vulnerable city is going to be the one planted here. The good news is now we're back to work. We're going to be back on the river. We're going to... I think we're also going to plant that unit or plant the settler and then buy whatever tiles we can. It's going to piss him off, but it's worth that initial investment. Man, that sucks. I hate it when they settle like that. So yeah, we're already starting to feel a little bit boxed in, which is not great. Luckily, it's our only contested area. All the other settles we want to do are not contested. Okay, so we did lock down archery, and that is good. I'm going to say we want... I'm just trying to think about what could be the most actionable. And sailing is definitely going to be actionable in that we get another internal trade route, but we're not going to be able to leverage that until we have more cities. We don't have any workers, so we can't really work any tiles. I'm just... Like, there's nothing that's directly actionable right now. Like, we're not really going to be able to use any of this stuff. I'm just gonna pick up calendar because we have a luxury resource that needs calendar. But yeah, we really got to get settled down there and get whatever tiles we can out of that situation. 75 gold. Okay, don't hate that. I am gonna save that up a little bit. I don't want to bring this guy too far from the capital. Again, I'm just really, really banking on there being a worker in Milan. I'm going to take him one further away. Okay. All right. Man, I haven't met... This has been a weird, weird experience so far. For sure. Rome. Okay, another aggressive civ. So we have 2 aggressive civs. At least they are not beasting. Where are they? That's a great... Oops. Whoa, what happened there? Okay. Yeah, for defensive purposes, we definitely just have to walk that settler and settle it down right, like, as close as we can, the game will allow us to get to Krakow. And it seems like we're gonna really need to make use of those longbowmen. Okay. Oh, I see the border. Okay, Rome is up here. It's a little odd. Here's the thing. I think next I'll probably settle this city, because if Rome were to nab that up, that would freaking suck. That would open us up to all kinds of problems, especially with like Krakow down here. So we're going to want to nab this next because it's the most contested. Luckily, it's a short journey. I'm not going to waste any time. I am going to go ahead and get to work on that settler. I get that we're having like a dearth of... I am going to do a worker after that. I know we're kind of lacking for happiness. We're going to go unhappy probably when we found this first city, but got to do what we got to do. We need to claim the land. And yeah, when we're not left with many options, we got to explore the best options possible. So, yep. I'm really hoping we can get a worker out of Milan. That would make me happy. How is this archer doing? I think he's healed enough. I just want to see these lands. Lake Victoria. Wow. 6 growth. That's pretty crazy. And that's a cool looking tile. I think that's pretty funky looking. I like that. All right. Next turn. Yeah. So we are going to want, and we're losing money. We'll be gaining money again soon. Yeah, we just cannot waste any time. We got to get that settler. Got to get that settler down to Krakow. We're going to be pissing Milan off by just being in and around their borders. Oh, man. Can they shoot us over the water? Probably can. Oh, there's a city-state. I am going to go meet that city-state, actually. Just net us a little gold. All right. And we got our hands on a Pantheon. Okay, so we have +1 culture from shrines. That tends to be better for wider games. I'm not really interested in that. +1 faith for tundra tiles without a forest. We have some tundra. We have a lot of tundra down here. Let me think this through. Okay, so +1 faith for each copper, iron, and salt resource. Now that's a good question. Like, we have 6 iron here. Is that 6 faith? Probably not. It's probably only 1. But I see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. We may not get that iron. 1, 2, 3. We'll grow to it eventually for sure. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 7 iron. 7 copper. And then iron. So that's 8. I'd say that's the leading contender so far. Like, we'll get this much later. I guess theoretically, if we settle here, we can buy this copper. I think we're going to want to do that too. That's going to be a good long-term investment because it'll prevent anybody from wanting to, like, if somebody comes and like settles here, that screws us. So that's 8. I mean, like, granted, I think we are probably going to get this settle. I'll just keep moving them down. If we can get a worker out of Riga, that'd be pretty cool. All right, Milan, do you have anything? Milan, you are letting me down, dude. 10% faster growth rate. God of Craftsman is such garbage. +1 production in cities with population of 3+. That's so useless. +1 culture from pasture. Like, Why would they make it like +1 production is really like it's anyway, I don't know. I'm not gonna spend time on it, but that's a dumb. God King would be the only other. That's it, like if you have no idea what to pick and you just like boost your capital a little, get one culture, get one faith, get one gold, get one production, get one science. Just yeah, that's a pretty sweet little boost if you don't know what else to pick. So God King is kind of like a very short payoff that gets us like that little boost to help us get moving, whereas the Earth Mother's a little bit more of an investment, but like that is really an investment in our broader religion, and it might be worth making. +1 culture from plantations. We don't have that. We have sugar. I don't think we have that many plantations though. Gold and silver, none. 15% border growth. Well, we don't have a ton of like super contested lands. We're fighting for 2 settles right now, but once that's settled, I think we'll be okay. Guys, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the Earth Mother. I think we have enough copper to make it worth it. It'll net us some faith. And I don't think, we don't have to improve it either. We just get it right away. Which is good. So right now it's not worth faith focus. No, we don't want to go faith focus. Okay, now we can adopt a policy. I think we just keep going down the tree. We should just get oligarchy next. Garrison units cost no maintenance, and cities with a garrison gain plus 50% ranged combat strength. Boom. Unfortunately, we're not really garrisoning anything right now because, we just don't have the units. Where's the archer? Okay, can we net 30 gold? Yeah, and nobody's met them. Okay. So I don't know what's going on over here. It's a mystery to me. Really happy I got the second scout. That makes me very happy, for sure. Dude, Milan, you are bumming me out. Okay, so I am actually... Now I ask. No, we got to get settled. We got to get settled. We cannot delay this settle. I was going to see if we can get a worker out of Riga. Dude, Milan, you are garbage, man. You may make it up to me, but for now I am pretty peeved. I'm going to heal up and venture back east. I don't want to plunge through this. Okay. No, I don't know. I know Rome is up here. Actually, fine. I think I'll gain more by going south. I'm a little bit more curious. It's more of a mystery to me. It's a weird friggin' continent for sure. Yeah, gotta get this settled for sure. This is curious, actually. I didn't think about the fact that Riga could buy this tile and could lock the city here off from everybody else. Huh. That might be a situation that we have to, like, Citadel or something later. I still think it's worth... We have to block. We don't want to let other units into our empire. Hopefully Riga doesn't buy that tile. But that's the thing. If we, like, set up a land connection and then Riga buys the tile and we're suddenly cut off, that might be an invasion. That might be a reason to invade Riga. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of things that aren't shaking out for us, like, geographically in this. Milan, dude. It's like, it's worth all their hatred to get that worker, because once we steal it, they're going to hate our guts anyway, so. They have 2 wine and a gold. We don't have anything to get our hands on that. They're offering us 1 gold per turn to accept an embassy. We're still relatively weak. I don't Like, I think the +1 gold would be good, but they're so... I don't want them to get any funny ideas. I don't think I want them to know where we are. I know we're losing gold right now, but we're not losing a lot. I think we settle and we buy a bunch of units in one fell swoop. This is a disaster with Milan and the whole friggin'... Like, to get all the way down here, we could just produce a worker in the time it takes to get an archer down here. I'm just going to have this archer sit tight and wait to steal a worker from Milan, because I know one is coming eventually. The first thing I do when I found the city is going to send the warrior back to bug Riga. I think that's the plan here. So we picked up calendar, and we got masonry. I'm pretty sure we have masonry already. Great. Construction is a great thing to have as well. In fact, I think in lieu of anything else, like, it's going to take a while for us to get libraries. I am going to go for the wheel, actually. I think it's just a good blocker technology to construction, and we're going to want to get that. God, this is going to be so drawn out and so treacherous. I hope they don't see us coming and just, like, buy up all the good tiles. That would suck. Sorry, I'm just going to plant this friggin' guy in Milan's territory, and if I see them produce anything, I'm going to snag it. The thing is, I want to bring this archer home, but he's worth more to me, like, just figuring out the map. Good. At least it's recommending to me the tile that I want anyway. At the very least, I'll kill some barbs and make Milan not hit me quite as much. Okay. So these are kind of like, this is like the north of Poland's lands. Jerk. Okay. So this is... Guessing there's just like a little bit of land here for Warsaw. Alright, we gotta get this friggin' city settled. If we can snag that deer, that would make me a happy camper. Okay, let's kill this friggin' archer. At least both of our... Oh, man. Okay, at least they're spreading west. I'm not settling all the way over there, game. Hey, ruin. Okay, I am going to heal up. Alright, I like to save before founding a city. I don't know why. Boom. I have officially settled York. Unfortunately, it breaks my heart to say, but it is 1, 2, 3. It is just one tile. Well, this tile wouldn't have been able to get it either. 1, 2, 3. So we can't get our hands on that gold. We very well may grow to it, but it's several hills away. It's probably... York's probably not going to be able to get its hands on it, unfortunately. Which sucks. That hit our happiness as well, which is not great. So, but the thing is now, at least the pesky Poles cannot... They have to go through York to get to the rest of the empire. And I think that's important. I am going to buy up just whatever I can. And that includes... At least we're in the positive now for gold. Yeah, so I am going to get that deer. I am going to get that lamb. Or the sheep. The sheep are a very good resource. I think just piss them off all at once. Buy up all the possible shared tiles. I'm even gonna... I don't mean to be pet. I know this is a lot to pay for, like, forest, but I just want the most possible land for England. So I am gonna lock down that forest tile. Yeah, this is a city that like doesn't have a ton of like we lost that deer unfortunately. And yeah, I'm thinking like now we're only 2 tiles away from that gold. Who knows? We're probably not gonna get it. We probably won't grow towards it. But we don't have a ton of tiles. Like these are all mountain tiles, so who knows? Who knows? I am not gonna work towards a monument in this city. I'm gonna work towards a granary. Well, it's a good question because we're so close to Poland. If they launch an invasion now, do we want to have an archer, which we can obviously like upgrade into a. I'm actually going to go for an archer, and I know you're supposed to not do that. I know you're supposed to go for granary, but we are going to have happiness problems too. I do think I'm just going to focus on the gold and the production for now. Get an archer out in 10 turns. That'd make me sleep a lot easier, more soundly. And then we're going to go see if we can steal a worker from Riga. If you should continue to expand your empire in lands I feel are mine, it can only ruin the possibility of friendship between us. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to peeve them off. I'm not going to settle near them again. So I'll say, our apologies. We'll refrain from settling near you in the future. I mean, we don't have to have a treacherous relationship with them, but something tells me we are going to fight them. And, like, that seemed obvious when they settled, like, close. I mean, I don't know. I guess they didn't settle super close to us, to be fair. Like, we kind of settled close to them, actually. But it's worth having this stronghold here. Like, they're going to have to cross a river. Like, we want to have a navy here. It's good. We want to make it just absolute hell for them. Like, they literally have to go through York or through this little bay to land and get over here. Otherwise, they need to march their troops all the way up here. We're going to have another city waiting for them here. So we're just, like, thinking about, like, long-term defense of the English Empire. Let's see. Is that warrior, has he moved all he can? Yeah, this warrior needs to move and go bother Riga for a worker. Let's get this ruin. Sorry, not rune. It is a ruin, not a rune. Ooh. This is too far away from England, but there's some dies over here. Maybe Poland will go for it. And let me look. He's neutral to us. Could be worse. I mean, don't pay attention to these rankings, by the way. We're like, it's easy to look like we're really behind. It does suck that Poland is so far up, but it's still early. Like, I wouldn't really start, like, really paying attention to these until turn, like, 75, maybe. There's just a lot going on right now. But yeah, I think it's more like we're not falling super far behind in anything. Obviously, we don't have a library yet, but we'll get those up soon. I wouldn't worry too much about that. We're just focusing on infrastructure now, like getting our city settled. Yeah, it's going to suck that this city is going to be cut off when Riga buys that tile. So, Riga does have silver. I don't know. I really have to think about this. Can they technically get the gold? 1, 2, 3. No, they can't. They can't buy the gold from Krakow either, which is good. Dude, Milan, I hate you. One day Milan is going to get a worker. Okay, so at first they were pissed about us settling, and now they're pissed about us buying land. Yeah, we need to make York really, really strong early, or they're gonna try to invade York at some point. More ruins, not runes. I can't be the only one who does that, who calls them runes. Because runes are also a thing in games. But these are ruins. Okay. I'm going to move this worker. I get that this is a slow start, guys. I understand. I feel your pain. Do I see a worker? No. But here's the thing. Their technology for mining, they don't have a camp yet. But, like, the technology is simple. Whereas I can see how they need, like, Milan is in the jungle or forest. And they need I guess bronze working and plantation. I don't know. Like, these are all easy technologies. I don't know why they don't have workers out yet. Okay. So I am going to save up. I'm trying to think what we could benefit from. We need a worker. It's turn 43. We need a friggin' worker. We're not happy, and we have a settler. Yeah, we need to get our happiness, like, online right away. We also don't have a unit to escort this poor worker. Okay, Milan, I hate you and I'm giving up on you. I am going to move this archer. And I'm going to do something stupid that most civers should not do. Because it's safe, like there's no barbarians in the way, I am going to move this worker to settle on the marble. Unescorted. Alright, we got some pretty awesome ruins before. I think it's understandable that we got some pretty crappy ones now. So this is a weird continent. It must keep going up here. Like, it's confusing to me. It's really, really odd. This is a really odd start. I'm going to feel a lot better when I have that archer in York. The city is hard to take. I mean, there's two flat... I don't know. We do have a forest, and we have a hill. We have another forest. We do have some plains and some tundra, which are going to be easy to move across, but people also have to attack across a river. Yeah, we're going to want walls in this city ASAP. But once we get some longbowmen in here, this would be a great city to defend with longbowmen because we can shoot whatever in these tiles. Okay, we've not built any monuments yet. We're going to go ahead and lock down legalism. That gets a free culture building in your first 4 cities. And that's pretty awesome. So, yeah, we're going to get, I believe, 4 extra culture right now. Yeah, so we're at 8. So that's 2 monuments. So we're making 8 culture return. Not too shabby. Definitely helping to get our culture game off the ground. And we're about to be making 10 because we're going to go ahead and found our 3rd city here very, very soon. Yeah, and just for good form, I'm going to move my archer to protect the settler. Somebody's taking Mogadishu. Damn. Who could that be? Is it Barbs, maybe? I don't know if they attack city-states. I thought they just, pillaged them. I didn't know they attacked the city straight up. Okay, can we get a worker over here? Archer. Where the heck are the workers? This is devastating for the English Empire. Okay. So what are we going to want? We only want libraries writing when we're going to start putting up libraries. Are we gonna... I think we freaking go for construction, frankly. I think, especially with Poland so close and happiness issues, I could see the need for Colosseums and composite bowmen. Which I get that's a big technology to go after, but... Oh, crap. See? This is where we would, comp bows. Luckily, we don't have anything worked yet, so they can't really, take anything from us. Okay. So, do we have the confirmation there's no worker? I don't know what's going on. Just can't seem to get our hands on a worker. Okay, that's weird how the continent ends. So, I guess we'll find out who's attacking Mogadishu. Maybe it's barbarians, but we have met 2 saves. There are 3 we still have not met. And I guess they're all up here, maybe? So we have a lot to do. A lot more to figure out. That's for sure. That is for sure. The good news is we are going to be able to settle our 3rd city this video. And the even better news is it is not going to cost us any happiness because we're going to settle on a luxury resource that we already have the technology for. Bad news is we cannot seem to get a worker to save our lives, which is stressful, for sure. It's very stressful. Alright, we're going to go ahead. I like to save before a city is founded. Don't judge me. And we immediately got marble, which is excellent. I don't know what yields that gets us. We got another free monument, so we're making 10 culture per turn. You see things are like picking up for us a little bit. We're making +1 science for the Empire. That is always appreciated. Yeah, just 1 from the population. So what are we going to get in this city? This city, I do think... I'm trying to think whether it's worth going after the shrine. I think it's worth just getting a granary. Well... We don't have any stone. Just granary. I think when unsure, get a granary. I don't think Rome is going to attack us. Like, I don't think we face as much of a threat from Rome in Nottingham as we do in York from Poland. Yeah, I'm going to bring the warrior back to the capital. We're going to have an archer in York in 4 turns. So that makes me feel better. And then that'll be able to be upgraded to a comp bow pretty shortly thereafter. We just need frickin' workers. Like, there's a worker in Mogadishu, but that is not worth escorting across the map. And it does seem like it was Barbs that attacked Mogadishu. I would like to have another scout just like out and about on the map, but we, as you can tell, we are a bit unit shy right now, and that just wouldn't be the best for the Empire. Our gold income is looking pretty decent, though, and I think the marble has something to do with that. Man, London is under attack. It's okay. That'll make us all the tougher for fighting off these barbarians. So we're going to go ahead and kill these pesky spearmen. These warriors are going to take out these archers once they are in range. Again, I'm going to take this archer back. Can we steal a freaking worker from Milan? See, like, I would love to steal this worker from Mogadishu. You can't do it more than once, and I'm not going to go... This has been a very expository episode as well. I'm not going to go into full depth explaining why you don't do that, but you don't. I'm going to move this archer back. I keep forgetting there are archers that are upgraded from settlers, so they have a lot of movement, which is great. So the question is, has arisen. I am thinking through, do I want to steal these hills for production from Milan? Like, I don't know if they are going to, like, grow their borders across the river. But it might just be worth... I know we're also... they're expensive. I know we're also going to want an extra unit. It's probably not worth buying... I don't know. This is, again, like, we're going to want the production. I don't think they're going to grow all the way over to this second tier, but, like, stealing this... It might... I don't know if it's worth locking this hill down. And that's a great question. Something we're going to have to think through. Oh, man. Yeah, they're not shy with settling. So they're... Oh, we didn't even look at... So Poland is liberty, so they're settling wide. That makes sense. So is Rome. So they're, like, just planning a ton of cities. This is a little scary. I'm not going to lie. But so we're definitely going to want to pour a lot of fortification into York. I think we need to get whatever defensive buildings that the age will allow. So I would almost, like, we're struggling with happiness. I would almost get walls up in York. And, like, get a comp bowman upgraded there. Like, this is going to be the fort of England, pretty much. Yeah. Again, the fact that we don't have a single worker yet is really messing up the Empire. And we're not going to get one this video, it's seeming like. No! Milan! No! Oh, man. I needed that. I needed to see that. My soul needed that. Now I can move this warrior back to, like, deal with this friggin' archer. That was a horrible game of like seesaw back and forth. I just hope they don't move the worker into the gap into their city. Man, if we could steal that worker by the end of the video. You attack my warrior. But yeah, I'd say we really have to focus on, like, they could declare on us, frankly, like, at any time. I think they have a lot going against them, like I said. Like, the terrain's pretty tough, and we're going to have an archer firing at them, which ancient archers, like, they're only good for defense, but they're not going to be great if, like, Poland just launches an all-out invasion. Like, we're last, but we're not, I don't know. We're not, like, scarily behind. Nobody has, like, 50,000 units yet. Don't worry. Things will start to get moving for us. We've had, like, some obvious challenges at the beginning. Okay. Well, at least we have taken out that pesky unit. Oh, we could steal it this turn. All right. And for those of you who don't know, the way that you steal a worker is you essentially declare war on the city-state. And say, does this mean war? Are we declaring war on Milan? Yes. We're just pissed at them. This is the first war that England is declaring. We declare war. We steal their worker. And then we immediately make peace the same turn, which is something you're apparently allowed to do with city-states. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I went ahead and did that. So that's great. So we netted an extra worker. We have another one coming in 2 turns. Yeah, the general formula that you want to stick with for workers is, I tend to do you want to really aim for like 2 workers per city. You can maybe shave like 1 worker off of that. So far we have 3, but like again, this city here is our next settle and like an undisputed settle. We need that iron. If somebody were to take that from us, that'd be pretty devastating for England. So yeah, pretty undisputed. We have to go for that. And then if we do grow to a 5th city, in fact, yeah, I'm going to have a plan that I'm going to discuss that I think we should pursue to allow us to settle some extra cities. And because I do want to plant a city here and take advantage of the Grand Mesa. And yeah, we need this city here, we need to settle. So I am foreseeing some happiness issues. Definitely. But anyway, yeah. So I think for now we're going to have 4 cities. So we should plan on like 8 workers. And then if we get a 5th city down, we're going to want at least 9 workers. Is I would say like the bare minimum to keep things running smoothly. But yeah, now that we got that 1 worker, things are up and running. I think it made our first 50 turns a lot rougher for not having one, but better late than never. We have this city settled. At least like nobody can get into the gateway into England now, which is great. We have a natural barrier, which is amazing. Gonna go ahead and move the warrior into the city just to save that little bit of gold. We finally have an archer in York, so we are fortified. So part of me is curious, like, should I continue to move this? Oh man. Yeah, we're totally trapped in now. Yeah, it's what I feared. This archer can't actually get home anymore the way that he got here. Like, Poland literally founded cities in the way. So I'm hoping Poland just continues to expand over here. I'm hoping they're not like, I don't know. We'll see. They'll probably settle a friggin' city right here. There's not much we can do, unfortunately. I don't think it's worth England going and settling a city here. So they're probably going to be right here. Luckily, we have mountains separating all of us, so they might even settle in here and take Grand Mesa. Like, who knows? England is kind of limited in what it can do. But yeah, so now this archer cannot get home this way, so the archer, has to go the other way. And, like, by doing so, has to, like, explore the map. So. That was horrible. Oh, my God. I'm going to have to redirect that guy. I do not want him to die next video. Okay, so we have an archer. Call me stupid for not getting the infrastructure of the city underway. I'm going to get some walls up. If we lose York, like, I think it's worth a 19 turn investment. I know we want to grow. I totally get that. And we need to, but we also need to lock down some happiness. So I think it's worth like making the empire more secure in the meantime. Got to get this guy home. I'm actually going to go one more turn just to, I want to make sure I don't want to lose this guy. Like if I forget and start the next video and this guy gets totally gorged, like I don't want that to happen. I just want to remember to move him. Ooh, he took a hit. I'm going to improve his ranged combat strength and move him right up near the city. Great. We're going to get this worker. He's going to get started on some sugar and some copper and then an additional copper. So we have a lot of potential happiness headed our way. Oh, man. Yeah. So we get this worker. Yeah, I'm just going to put him to friggin' use. Yeah, I prefer to go, like, closer to the city because, like, if barbarians come from the south, we don't want to lose the resource right after we worked it. Not to like totally rush things. Ooh, do we get an archer and then a settler? These are the hard questions. No, we get a settler. Unfortunately, we just need to get our cities going. 13. How did it go from 12 to 13? What? Wasn't it on 12 before? That's screwy. Say, nah. What? Oh, 12. Okay. Weird. I want to get the faith in the gold. I'm feeling a little... Whatever. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Actually, I'm curious. What if we... No, that didn't work. Okay. This is very dry for you, I'm guessing. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. Guys, this has been... I know it hasn't been moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but this is kind of what you want out of a Pangea map. There's a little bit more of a challenge. If England was just like separated from the rest of the world, we didn't really have concerns, we didn't have border disputes, we could just kind of settle all around the map and like not really worry, then yeah, that would kind of be awesome for us. And that'd be like, I think that'd be an easier game. We could just kind of hum through the tradition tree, which we are going to do anyway, but I'm not really think about things. This feels much more like we're a civilization that's trying to like come into the world. We're struggling with, we have a lot of challenges. Happiness seems like it's going to be a challenge for us, unfortunately, which that's not fun. I think I do have a plan to try to counteract that and deal with that. But yeah, we're going to have to see how well that works. We have discovered 2 of the civs on the map. I wouldn't really pay attention to these rankings yet, but unfortunately, something that I'm not excited to share is that we have a very strong Poland directly to our west. Luckily, we have... So, like, York is... We're going to have to make its own defense. Luckily, York cannot be flanked. As long as it has... We're going to want to get naval units, too, but if we can get, like, walls up, if we can get naval units, if we can put a lot of units here and just make sure it's too strong to attack, then, yeah, we can keep it in a very strong position to, like, fortify the rest of England, which would be great. We don't want it to fall and become a Polish city. If it does, that's very scary. That gives the Poles an entrance into our kingdom. We would have to kind of like, we would have to calibrate from there. But I think we should be pouring a lot of resources into York, definitely, just so that they don't get wise and try to attack and take us down. So we are going to want, we're going to want to get walls up in there. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. This might be one of the worst maps I've seen for a longbow rush. Like I think we are, don't get me wrong, we're absolutely going to make longbows. I may even rush them. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to rush longbows to like beeline for longbows just to get them out in the field and like get them defending our cities. I think they'll be great here for defensive play. I don't see us storming across this map. I mean, that'd be one of the worst things to watch. We're literally going from mountains where, like, yeah, we'd have to, like, take 1 or 2 units to walk around the mountains and then, like, walk through the forest, and then, like, who knows what they would find. We don't know what Rome looks like. We don't know what the other civs look like. I'm so happy I didn't go for those first 2 wonders. That would have been just horrible use of production. Anyway, yeah. Well, this has been a long video. I'm going to leave it there. You guys have been awesome. I cannot wait to catch you in video 3. As you can tell, a lot is unfolding for England, but, you know, we are just getting started here. We haven't even planted our 4th city yet, or built our 4th settler, our 3rd settler, I guess, for the 4th city, but that is going to be coming soon, and, yeah, a lot of exciting stuff is going to follow. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Big Tuna, and I will catch you in episode 3. Take it easy in the meantime. Bye-bye.